must find a solution of the problem. But me, I'm tired of it. Tell the solution, how will I go?
1 hour.
Papa.
What's your name? Your name?
My name is Rita. Me, I didn't say I've been winch. I've been told me day like this. I've been winch. Me, I really know say I'm winch. Now they just told me day like this.
Mata wannan aiki ne na mayu amma haɗa kai da iska ne. Shi yasa aka juya ta haka. Kuma Allah ya so ta man ba haka ba za ta kasance ma tana raye yanzu ba. Amma saboda tana da dogon kwana to shi yasa kuma abin ya kasance haka. In ba haka ba da aka so da ita ma irin kaman za yi mutum abu haka. Ka gani ko wajajen Legas yanzu kan je yanzu. To mutum zai yi ɗauko abu yanzu ya taɓa mutum ya kuma ɗan ƙarami haka. Sai a ɗauke shi a ɓoye shi a gaya wani abu da shi. Amma da yake Allah ya ce da sauran cinta da shanta to shi yasa kuma ta kasance haka. In ba haka ba wannan ai ba ordinary bane an yi mata.
Now, in those days, pregnant women had a lot of restrictions. There were places they could go and at what hour. And outside this, there were a lot of dangers. And some of these abnormalities were attributed to that. For instance, a woman in her trimester, that's young pregnancy, going out very late, either to fetch water or remaining on the farm till that late hours, had a danger of facing so many things. Now, some of these dangers were like when you meet the evil spirits, either those by the stream sides or through the forest. They could do anything to affect the pregnancy or you as a person.
Bakao kuluya. Na hana luwe shio kwasuwo na we yayo. Olwe aluo ukao shinu healing ola avana. Na yangu ne vaya ele zala wo zala ya klaka muda o songu ga ba yang ne zala ne ben ya kwasu wo ya la idu wan ki ya mu na mu la kala iba wa shintie na ha itie kin shegen ya ive ki won ki pe hunda shegen ya ive ki yo na ha ita na shame igba olo buga shi kwase o elu yawla igba pona kesim gelem shin jotuga e yangi beje shi una za shin wa aluka kungo wa na uzanda kesim gelem pona za shimiga na ikala wala shegbenda vo aba kumaya ide du na shin tie kila sheda waki ya bo kwasala na hani ma na lu sham lu u tioiso shin sham lu utelu na soye na lula na ha wan ye du ki ya mungo na ne ba wishin tie ilu solon shin lu kolon na ne ugene ye soye na lu ngo shin na gbekpo je pa na tawga na lu je unenge na jia ulaha pa kwa ne zuan di we na ya fo we pe kwa zuwa we tia o kwa chachu van de kolon na kulu yaje ivan de kana ivan de kalana na shagbunda utiola na lu taga ma chigim hitio shin hiyo pa
Mami wan wa ya. Zangara makasin shinwa. Iru da nongonena. Iru daddy wan yara. Daddy wan yara kolon she. But daddy wan ya gumane ke traka e. But one but pone duene. But pone duwe. Shimana elu. Ha na but taben nang betulon.
When you have an enemy in our family, they will do anything possible so that they can damage your image. You know, when you have a very strong blood, anyhow, they took you to any shrine, anywhere, the blood that you have, they will know if they cannot use it for sacrifice.
So you think this is not a health, it's a spiritual attack?
Yeah, this is a spiritual attack.
Oftentimes, like Rita tells me that she's had her condition as a result of what a relative did to her when she was young. She tells me that she was much taller as a child, but then on a fateful day, someone hit her with a stick. And that is why she's the way she is.
The environment through witchcraft or whatever affected these people, and it still does in some localities. What do I mean by in some localities? In the villages, when you have a family that is witch hunted, what does that mean? There could be some old person or some wicked witch or wizard who say, how can this be a son or a child of this man? And, you know, we believe they know the future of every child that is born. For this one is a great one, to be great tomorrow. Let's do anything that could hamper the normal growth, normal behavior, and things like that. So these things happen. Not too long back, I witnessed a case that was quite interesting. This one I saw. A pregnant woman that was restricted not to get back to the father's place until she gives birth. Lo and behold, whatever took her, either she was troubled, something like that, and she got there. During labor, one old woman just came and asked, is she undergoing labor? Just by the doorsteps. And immediately after that, the woman in labor wanted to go out to ease herself. And lucky enough for her, when she came back, it didn't take time and she gave birth. And you know what? Half of that baby was already white and the other half black. Luck had it with her. If she stayed longer into that labor, you should have given birth to an albino. So you see, some of these things happen. That is our belief, our locality, and the culture.
Hiti ya na jije ka o na lukulu yaje sana luo na wanye lukulu yala je babe nege temble ya ka be fa inja o wanye la na valu yo na ha alu gna be bu hile to o ba malen ma olu ingula na la yo na na fatia o wele wanye la ye ama na ya na gba ikpo na ha o gane ya kana ta wanye la sambe shahatio na ha wanye la lu na kla ta sha wonga na ma na sa hikposo na gbekpo na lu na ha she ashi gane ya kailu eliso e mai manja o la na mana luje na lu na kwa hidena jime shachu na hingi kposo ka aka na we ma we na lu na hanjela.
I want to go back to my northern side, for where I was taught. But the way I see things, it's not easy for me to go back.
Kace mata abu mai sauki na gurin Allah.
He say, na small thing for God, please.
Okay. I accept that. Because I don't try any opportunity for me to go back. But it's not easy for me.
Kace ta zo karshe kenan.
Oh,
Don't worry.
See, you've come to the last bus. Don't worry.
Well, I didn't study witchcraft in medical school, but I don't think dwarfism is something that is attributed to witchcraft. It is well known, the cause, why it manifests and how it manifests is well known in the medical field. So to the layman out there, it's very wrong to see somebody with very short stature and then begin to look at them as if they were haunted by witchcraft and all that. No, it's purely medical.
Up till now, some will come and tell my husband that she's a witch, but I've not seen anything witch inside her. I sleep with her on my bed.
It's very wrong to see somebody with very short stature and then begin to look at them as if they were haunted by witchcraft and all that. No, it's purely medical. Dwarfism has nothing to do with witchcraft. Dwarfism could be due to some genetic abnormalities or hormonal, deficiencies. In our environment, the genetic abnormality accounts for about 70%. That's the commonest cause of dwarfism, which could manifest as achondroplasia. The remaining 30% is due to hormonal deficiency, largely due to growth hormone deficiency. So the commonest causes of dwarfism are classified as hormonal or genetic.
We believe the medical sciences can give explanations and what that and what that. Fine, good and all. They talk of DNA and all that. That is to them. But these things still happen. In heaven, where God dwells, we are told, those that believe the gospel, that Saint Michael defeated Lucifer and sent him down. And so if it is to earth, then let us accept that fact that he is with us here on earth. I want to give an example here. When illnesses or some abnormalities are witnessed in a family, they will send to the mother's people, and your father's people will sit and will discuss it. And there and then we will say, this must not go on, this must not happen. And that comes to stay. In other words, we rebuke either the witchcraft or the bewitching of any sort, and that ends it. And same thing, the church does it. It is delivered, people are delivered, whatever form. I know there are some people either lame, which hunchbacks and things like that are prayed over. You see the people get normal to their life again. It is because of that. And so we are saying, even in the communities, if it is disapproved, it does not take place. But to denounce that the witches and witchcraft does not take place, it is not present, it's not true.
It's ambu, nyambulu, nyambu, kwambuelu, tsaka kwa mbu be gachu, it's ambu be yatawe kalaluga. Naha, kwa zayo yo, yaka yila etsawe yo, chi viye mhanisha kwa ufwe, ife nyi posu, tsambu posu, tsaka kwa dido, shamlu wasu tivia. Naha kambupa, iwe ntomombi, iwe mzahame kijbada posu ye. Nenge ne venelo alam na mohan slo tavonta shamlu kwa mbagbana kposhin yo balon kposo na ha aka de ka evande len touchi nyane kule kwa ne tu ga ya gbada mo amgo ma ne fetia ma ne vehenga.
dwarfs in Africa have faced humiliation and rejection. Down the ages and across cultures, dwarfs are often a birth of humor and curiosity, and often affixed with an inborn or ascribed stigma that hardly changes.
See you at first, what is usually their first reaction?
Who carry this dwarf come? Who have this dwarf? Is it a human being or is it a ghost? They will even tell me that this guy is a wind that will be disappearing and appearing.
Despite advancement in civilization and democracy, this practice continues.
People, when I want to near them, they will say, no. Stay that side. I don't want you to come close to me. Anything that you want, I will tell them to give you. I say, I don't need anything from you.
I hated being inferior. You understand? I hated the process whereby somebody will underrate me and downcast me. We are humans like every other person, you understand? And so we should be tolerated and treated as human beings. We shouldn't be treated like, see, damn, look at somebody, who is this creature that is moving around? No, because it's so hurting whereby if a person like me is walking down the road and everybody is like looking at him like, who the hell is this? And it's really bad.
People have treated me badly.
You look over here. What be that me? Come on.
Fine. Oh, Ben, you don't start this your nonsense.
Even a Ruhana Kumano, lit up on a humbao. A Kumano, Nya lit up on a humbao. We will book you one. We are but say Indians, it's us in the yap, no ruin the owner. Young mom, Yak Kumano, or you to my witcher. Can't really call a cop, I tell you go wait. So I can't name on Nigga.
She was sick one time. I drive to the hospital in the night. I took her. So the doctor was afraid to touch her. I said, no, doctor, she's a human being. Why are you afraid? She's a human being. So don't be afraid. Is she my daughter? I said, yes. She's my daughter. That I really give birth to her. I said, yes. I gave birth to her. This is her problem. She's vomiting.
Oftentimes I've been, booed and jeered at for being friends with Rita, taking walks with her. And there was this particular instance where we were walking and I think I stopped to buy something and she continued and someone shouted, "Whose baby is this?" And it's very embarrassing quite for her.
Many people, unfortunately, harbor negative views about those with dwarfism and may stare, make rude jokes, and even discriminate against those with the condition.
Now be my marriage.
Been plenty money. Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Fine.
Rita, can you see the way this one
Just
looking
thinking,
at us?
Hannah.
I don't understand. Did we look funny to them?
Nonetheless, it seems to translate into tendency for some Nigerians to attribute medical condition they personally don't understand to witchcraft or sorcery.
You've not seen someone this beautiful.
No.
Don't mind the bullying, okay?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I got you. Is this the way to the river?
When I was growing up, there were kind of, some of my friends then were like mocking me because I had a big head then, you understand, like that. So because my body size was kind of smaller, then the head was large. So they were like mocking me and underrating me, and that one was making me feel inferior and hated myself for being like this. But at the end of it all, growing up, when I now met some of my friends who now encouraged me to love myself the more, to know what I want for my life, that was when I discovered that I have to love myself and know what is good for myself. And then see me na mama. See crossing OZ. See no dick. Na love. Oh boy, me na mama. Oh boy. Hold on. See that cross that. Go. Juventus are rubbish. Juventus are rubbish.
I know we sit on that side. Let's see plenty. Give me this sit down here. Ow. Alpha. Hello, sweetheart. What did they serve now? Oh, baby. Yes, dear.
How are you?
Fine.
Waiting now, give me.
Just give me some full one.
Then, bonum.
Yes.
Got me.
Yeah. No. You bring chicken for me. Chicken is that much. Yeah. 500. 500. Okay. When is strong one now?
No, it's very soft.
Okay.
Yo ka be nenge olu ban ko na ha ya ve nenge ka ola ka o mbata shen ka olu bo alu o ngu ta ka kwa boga pa yo mba be po pa take anyi hi be lu na ha ya she kwa momo ngu ona yang be olu ko be so olu ko maga na yo be de olu ha yo shen nenge da shen pekem yo balamba be pola.
Life generally has not been fair to Rita. Because right from her conception, she was not physically privileged to be like every other human being, height-wise, so to say. And the society has also compounded to her problems. Because oftentimes we have conversations where she would cry of the rejections at job interviews. She has attended series of job interviews, but none has been successful, obviously because of her height. So I would state categorically that life has not been fair to Rita. Maybe if she were taller, there are so many things that she could easily do and opportunities that wouldn't just slip off her finger.
She used to be hot, but I used to console her. Like when she comes, she will be telling me, I'll tell her that she will not mind anything. She should just leave everything to God.
I know that it's witchcraft that make me to be like this. But people are mocking me, they're making fun of me. And it's hurting me a lot. So it's today that I want to go and look for the solution of my problem. So without that solution, my mind will never rest.
Yes, come in.
Thank you, sir. Hello, sir.
Have a seat.
It's my pleasure meeting you, sir.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. So I just came to look the solution of the problem I'm facing.
Okay.
I'm just, in me, I think that I'm a wind that make me to be like this. Other people think that it's wind that is controlling me or it don't allow me to succeed or one or the other. That's why I just came to you so that you can find a solution that can help me out.
Okay. You are Rita, right?
Yes.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
There's a medical condition that you suffer from. It's called dwarfism. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It has nothing to do with being a witch. So you are not a witch. The problem is majorly genetic. And then there are some hormonal components to it. So right from the time of conception, there were some genetic problems that affected you. And that is why you are like this. So you are not a witch. And nobody should give you the impression that you are a witch. You understand? Now, for the hormonal aspect of it, the body produces a hormone called growth hormone. If the hormone is not produced in adequate amount, it could affect your growth. So you would not be able to grow as it should have been. You understand? That is one component of the problem that you have. The other component is the genetic one that I told you earlier. Now, if the hormonal problem was discovered early while your bones were still developing, that hormone could have been replaced and you could have grown taller or bigger than you are now. So it has nothing to do with being a witch. This condition you suffer from does not affect your intelligence. That is why you are intelligent. You can communicate well. And I think you're a superstar because I've seen you on TV. You've performed at several shows. I've watched you. So this does not in any way stop you from realizing your goals in life. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And you said when you lay your hands on things, it doesn't prosper the way it should. Probably because you have allowed people's impression about you to affect you. Even for people that are very tall, it is not every time you try that you succeed. It doesn't mean you should stop trying. You understand?
Yes.
So when you lay your hands on something and it does not succeed the way you want, don't give up. Keep trying. So, Rita, you are not a witch. You suffer from a medical condition called dwarfism. You understand? But like I said, it does not affect your IQ. It does not affect your intelligence. And that is why you are where you are today.
You are right, doctor.
Thank you.
Do you know I have a son that is more taller than me?
Wow.
You know, people call me because a shattered girl give birth to a tall child.
Exactly.
So when I say that, I'll be smiling.
Mhm.
That's the only thing that gives me happiness.
Exactly.
When I call myself, Mommy,
Mhm.
how you doing? It's the only thing that call Mommy just give me joy.
You see?
You know, people that are tall are looking for even that one child
They don't
cannot
have.
be able to have it, but they have money and everything.
Exactly.
But what God has given me
Mhm.
is more precious than any other.
Exactly. I like the way you sound now. So your condition does not in any way stop you from becoming the superstar that you are already. So move about with confidence, with your shoulders high. There are people who pay to attend your shows, to watch you. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a source of livelihood for you. Meanwhile, there are very big people out there, tall. Nobody knows them. You understand? So you have to be proud of yourself. Nobody should make you feel any less. You understand?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. You know, I finished my secondary school 2005. So, in November, I was friending a Calabar guy. We're from the same state, but we all grew in Cross River. I was dating him, I was schooling. I always did everything for him. I'll come back from the school, go to their houses, wash his clothes, tidy the house, tidy the bed, cook for his parents before I will even go my evening class. So even when the guy wanted to start, I was still a virgin. When he wanted to sleep with me, I would say no. I wanted to finish my secondary school first. Because I don't want the situation that I will be pregnant, that you abandon me. It's only my parents that will suffer for it. I don't want that kind of thing. So I ran my way. When he pregnanted me, when I got the pregnancy, he rejected it. He said that is not the one responsible. All my brothers that I followed, that they came and even make him feel okay so that he can say the pregnancy, he still refused. So they tried that they can straighten him or whatever. That is where he took offense and took my parents to court. They insulted me and my parents that they didn't bring me up in a good way. All my joy I was going to preach to people. Me, I don't value it. I don't even know what is God. So they say about it against me with my parents. But I didn't feel anything with that. No. When my child started working for 7 months. So he didn't eat. The only thing that he ate was only breast. That boy can suck breast. That you have said, me, I wake up in the night, be easy because of him. He will not like to sleep in the night. He will sleep in the daytime. In the night, his eye will be open to suck breast. But all those challenges that I face, but I know that God has given me something that even people that are looking for that child, they haven't seen it. So in how difficulty I go, I still love my baby. I feel happy. That was the happiest day of my life. You know, that child is so strong. There are some women that delivered before me. Their children were so dull. They would beat them before they cry. Doctors were just tired. So they can't do that anymore. But when my baby came out, the first thing, 3 times, they started crying. So the doctor just named him Precious. Precious gift from God. He's taller than the father. And he's growing. He grew with that. He grew more than his age. Very intelligent, brief, handsome like his mother. Resemble his mother very well.
Lita uno ba pun cloud abe. Achu ba kishi ba nengi lita taoga. Utabangala poko kwa magenu kado we. Kwa shonolu we kwa kengi.
Nenge haji abanyo nenge uva hena uguo kana na guhondi yonia onda fe mami wa kibolo yo
Lita na kam ba ni lu shi ba me mo me yen zan da ya. An mo he me yen boko ya. Ka ko chu ga. Shi ka ndo je yo fu nge na ka se to apine amon ka va Lita ga. Do ma nge na first to first.
She's a Jehovah Witness. She's not supposed to be going to club, but because of her condition, and God has given her a talent, she dance. So that's what is keeping her on.
Now, in those days, it was like a taboo, inhuman to be like that. And people with that stature were really ridiculed. But this time around, we are trying to encourage them. And that is why in our profession, as actors, we carry them along and let them know that they are human, quite capable to do every other thing that humanity can do. And I want the people out there to know that these are human beings. They have capabilities within them and should be accepted and encouraged to be part of the society, part and parcel of the society.
People that are born with short stature out there, I think the society should learn to support them, psychological support, because they are prone to lots of social stigma from peer groups. They are prone to bullying. In fact, they are deprived of certain privileges that the society or people with normal stature and height and all that enjoy.
If the government shall educate normal people, like normal people, that to know that these dwarfism people, you understand, we are humans like every other person, you understand, and so we should be tolerated and treated as human beings. We shouldn't be treated like, see, damn, look at somebody, who is this creature that is moving around? No.
Government should, just like what they've done to other groups, dwarfism should be considered as a special group of humanity that should be paid full attention. They should be given every privilege like every other human being. And some agency or of some sort should be established for them to be fully involved and integrated in the society so that they will feel human. They have a lot to contribute to us as humans, as human beings. They are human too. We need them.
To entrepreneurs who are there, I want to plead that in every way you can, in every aspect of your business that you know it will suit these people, please accept them. They're humans like us. They have a life to live too. And just like your brains work, so do theirs. So please endeavor to give them a privilege to be a part of your company. And believe you me, you won't regret it.
When God does his things, no one can question him. And what God knows or what God is doing, we don't know. What God is thinking, we don't know. Because not what we are thinking is what God is thinking. Because God wants us to have a bright future. A future that nobody will harass us, nobody will harass anybody in this life.
Oh, wonderful people they are. I want them to know there is something they have not done yet. That is why society is still looking at them as subhuman. Let them stand out, come out more fully than where they are now, what they think. It is how they think that people take them. By the time they step out boldly to participate in all that others are doing, then they will know that they are equal to every other task that humanity does. Let them come out. And we have a step forward to bring them up. And that is why we involve them in our acting and all that, to let them know that they can interact and entertain and do all that society can expect from them. They are great. They are human beings, and they must be encouraged. Let them come out, stand out, and step up.
There is no way that God will let you down. And also I like to encourage you that anything that you love to do, do it. Do something that will make you happy, not for you to regret why you are doing it. Because mine, I've faced so many challenges, but I never regretted. They have insulted me a lot. The more they insulted me, the more happy I feel. The more I feel comfortable, knowing that nobody knows what God can do.
Thank you so much, God, for making me like this, because really, I'm a really important person. You understand me? I love myself like this because, you know why? I'm a celebrity. My people, how na day? What's up? Una dey for everywhere, marama. Nice one. Go see you later.
Somebody dance now. Oh, yeah, dance here, dance here. Dance here. Sukuba, sama, sam, sam. If the Lord has been good to you, let me see you dance. If the Lord has been good to you, let me see you dance. If the Lord has been good to you, let me see you dance. Oh, yeah, well,